Hey, welcome back to the Aaron Cohen Show, where I peel back the curtain on Israel's magical special operations and combat that garbage anti-Israel misinformation. This episode sponsored by the Cherry's Deep Concealment Holster. Same holster I trained Keanu on for John Wick. Runs below the waistband, zero digging into your gut. Fits all double stacked 9 and 40 Glocks. So if you're plain clothed, this thing's never going to come off you if you have to go hands-on. It's great for the BJJ guys. Check out cherriescounterterror.com. Let's get into it. I just covered Israel's breaking special operation, incredible mission. Israel's Shayetet 13, or their Israeli naval commandos, or equivalent to their Navy SEALs, just pulled off an incredible mission in northern Lebanon. Targeted Imad Amhaz, a high-ranking Hezbollah naval commander. But I've got a question. Amhaz wasn't just any target. He may have also been a very invaluable source for Israeli intelligence. Let me back it up a little bit. Here's what we know. On November 1st, the Shayetet 13, the Israeli SEALs executed a daring nighttime raid, infiltrating deep behind enemy lines, and get this. They were disguised as Lebanese police or military forces, Duvdevan-style tactic from my old unit, to blend in and avoid detection. And this deception highlights how thought out this operation was. They captured Amhaz and swiftly disappeared without a trace back onto speedboats off to the coast. So question then becomes, why didn't Israel just kill this guy, like Hassan Nasrallah, like Ismail Haniyeh, like Mohammed Daif, like all the terrorists? Israel could have just killed him. Was Amhaz an Israeli spy that needed to be brought in for his safety? Before I continue, I just want to talk about supporting the show. We're independently produced. The Aaron Cohen Show. I take on Israeli special operations, peel back all that magic, also combat that anti-Israel misinformation garbage that's out there. Your support helps keep this show going. Do me a favor, hit the link in my description and grab yourself a mini sponsorship package. They started at $25. Appreciate you guys. Now let's get deeper into my theory. I'm an Israeli special operations veteran. I served in Israel's Mistar Ravim unit. I'm a 20-year counterterrorism veteran. My question, was Amhaz already working for Israeli intelligence? Was he working for our Mossad? And the idea here isn't that far-fetched, because in the covert world of the Middle East and in espionage, assets like Amhaz are a goldmine of information. Look how many terrorists we've killed. How have we killed them? Especially someone of his rank within Hezbollah's naval terror cell force. And if he'd been feeding Israel critical intel about all of Hezbollah's maritime operations, locations, hidden weapon caches, plans for future attacks against Israeli assets, or even Iranian involvement in training and equipping Hezbollah's naval terror cells, then his value could not be overstated here. So why would Israel risk so much to extract him alive? Did Israel's Navy SEALs just rescue one of our own, Imad Amhaz? It's real simple. That kind of intelligence saves lives, and it preemptively heads off potential future terror attacks. And if Imad Amhaz had information that was helping to shape Israel's security and counter Hezbollah operations, losing him would be catastrophic. So this wasn't a mission to remove any enemy threat? Potentially? Was this a high-stakes rescue conducted by Shayetet 13 to ensure the flow of intelligence didn't stop and that this guy wasn't killed by Hezbollah if he was burned? If Israel simply wanted to kill Amhaz, they could have done so with a drone strike, something less risky, some kind of other direct engagement. But instead, they disguised their operators and meticulously planned an extraction, indicating just how vital this guy could potentially be. So the question then becomes, Did the Israeli SEALs just rescue a critical asset before Hezbollah could eliminate him? Or did they intercept him before he could do serious damage? Imagine this scenario. Amhaz has been funneling intelligence, really tasty information to Israel for months, maybe even years. He could have provided intel into Hezbollah's plans, naval routes, weapons, Iranian command structures embedded in Lebanon. Suddenly, Hezbollah grows suspicious. Bona, yesh po mashu chashud, like we say in Hebrew. Something is cooking here that's suspicious. Maybe there's a mole hunt within the ranks. Israel's been doing a lot of damage to Iran and to Hezbollah. Or Amhaz's cover is blown. Israel gets word of the threat, and they launch an emergency operation, a rescue operation. That's not just about capturing a high-ranking commander. A move to preserve a life-saving asset. Think about it. Also, I want to talk about the psychological warfare. Talking about the language of the Middle East. In the Middle East, strength is the language that everyone understands. It's the language that only they understand. And Israel's operation with Amhaz just told Hezbollah in the region that they will go to any length to protect that intelligence network if you sniff them out. And by disguising as Lebanese military or police and extracting Amhaz alive, Israel does what it does best. Shows that paranoia. Oh, yeah. And now Hezbollah's left questioning, was Amhaz truly one of ours? Or was he playing for the other side? And how deep does Israeli infiltration go? Have a look at Ismail Haniyeh. Have a look at all these terrorists that we've been taking out. So this kind of psychological impact is almost more valuable than a physical operation. That's the game that we play. And it disrupts the enemy's planning, and it creates an atmosphere of distrust within their ranks because it makes them scared. Whoever's more scared in counterterrorism is losing. So let's not ignore the other possibility. Maybe Amhaz wasn't a spy, and maybe he just posed an imminent threat to Israel that needed to be interrogated. So Israel snatched him up. It's cool. Perhaps he had knowledge of an upcoming attack or an Iranian weapons shipment. We've seen those before in the past. The Keren ship. Either way, the mission's complexity, its flawless execution, suggests a level of strategic thinking here that's beyond a simple capture. Remember, Israel is playing chess. We're not playing checkers. So the question then becomes, was Imad Amhaz an Israeli spy that needed to be brought in? Did Israel risk everything, even dressing their elite naval commandos as Lebanese military forces, to rescue a vital asset from Hezbollah who had been burned? Or was it a preemptive strike to prevent a major attack? My theory leans towards Amhaz being too valuable to lose, and Israel's operatives kept him alive to keep that intelligence coming. This is a real war that we're in here. In the shadow war between Israel and Iran, in this region, projecting strength and executing covert operations are as crucial as any conflict we've seen in modern history. And those are my thoughts. I want to thank my sponsor, the Cherry's Deep Concealment Holster, for sponsoring this episode, producing this show, keeping these lights on. Check out cherriescounterterror.com. Same holster I trained Keanu on for the John Wick franchise. Rides below your waistband. If you're passionate about this stuff and you like what I'm doing here and you're a fan of mine and you follow me on the news and you're following me onto my new show, The Aaron Cohen Show, I just want to say thank you for watching. Do me a favor. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'm getting better at all this stuff. Your support keeps the show going. Do me a favor. Hit the link in my description and grab yourself a mini sponsorship package. They start at about $25 and join my season 1 sponsorship team. And let's keep fighting that bullshit anti-Israel misinformation. I'm Aaron Cohen, and I will see you on the next one.